You gotta win the day. You gotta win the day.
Hey, you hard, student.
Get up, it's your time to shine. No time to waste, get fine. You gotta see it to believe it. So get your best look out.
Well, we are sitting here today, not only because I've experienced your dance studio, but when I was in the studio with Jason Jet, we were talking about taking risk and just betting on yourself. And your name came up. And I was like, I don't remember us really having a thorough conversation, but I said, I want to know more. And so he said, please talk to her. So what leap of faith have you kind of just went for that there are people speaking your names in rooms and saying, you have to talk to her? What do you think that pins back to, that leap of faith that you took?
Wow. Well, wow. And shout out to Jason. Thanks.
Right?
What I mentioned earlier about when you love something and you're just in it and it becomes your career and you're doing it, often you don't realize in the moment what the thing is that you're doing, how it's going to touch or affect someone else. I would say my boldness in taking risks and being all in 1,000%. Without a shadow of a doubt, comes from Miss Ana Ogbueze, my mother.
Okay.
Through and through. And because it was something that she is just such a bold spirit and energy, I think she instilled that in us as kids and made it just reality. It wasn't even a risk. It was just like, you want to do something, do it.
Right.
No matter how crazy it sounds.
Right.
But I think for me, it started with it being in the home.
Okay.
I come from a family of entrepreneurs and big dreamers, and no was just not in our vocabulary. It just wasn't a thing. Now, that can make you live in a bubble as well, too.
Right.
But we never wanted for anything. Growing up as a kid, it was just always possibilities.
Right.
Were endless.
Right.
And so I think as a young child, just having that big imagination, always being reassured that anything is possible, whatever you want to do.
Okay.
And the fun behind imagining whatever you want to do.
Okay.
Started then, but it was out of college, or I guess my early college. I booked my first professional job as a dancer.
Okay.
As an NBA dancer. It was a huge dream of mine. Okay. I remember being in high school, and my teacher, it was like one of those classes where they asked you to talk about your next 5 years. Right. What big career. And everybody wants to be a banker or a teacher or this. Honey, it gets to me, and I'm like, first of all, I'm not working in nobody's office. I'm going to be the Black Paula Abdul, and I'm going to dance for the NBA. Said that with the most conviction. Yes. And then I was like,
who she think she is?
Who she think she is? And I was dead serious. So much so that when I made the team, my high school put a plaque up. They had all the athletes in a little display, and they had my picture in there as the first professional NBA dancer from the school. Because it was just like, of course, I'm gonna do that. What do you mean?
What do you mean?
It's just being an NBA dancer at 19 years old. What do you mean? It's nothing, But for so many people, it was so just a big dream to have, and so that was like the kickstart of it. But I just had this energy of and anything is possible. And again, it started at a young age, and it really started to like rev up in college. And again, now looking back, being 18, 19 years old, auditioning with 400 other girls and them only picking 12 of us on a team. Yeah. It's a thing now, back in the day.
It is a thing. No, it's still.
I was just like, oh my God, I was so excited. But I think that then started to shape how I approached everything. So when I was working and on the team, and after I, retired from the team, I still wanted to dance. I still wanted to perform, but I just felt like there was a void in the city for aspiring professional dancers or working dancers. And so I wanted to help fill that void. And I was like, okay, well, we need a facility where folks can dance and train. We need to have big choreographers and names come in. And I also I was surrounded by other dreamers.
Right.
You know, one of my best friends at the time became my business partner.
Okay.
We opened up a studio. We're just two young black girls
Yes.
that love to dance and are not trying to go work at no bank. Okay?
Right.
Because, you know, Charlotte's a banking town.
Right.
No shade, no tea, but no. And so as it started to just unfold and happen, it just felt right.
Right.
And so now looking back on it, being 24, 25 years old,
Yeah.
opening up a company and not knowing anything but that it's
Right.
going to work is a big risk.
Right. No, for sure.
I don't think I won't say I've never had like a regular 9 to 5. Again, my parents being entrepreneurs, they were also in the real estate industry
Okay.
when we were kids. And so the plan was, Anna's going to get a real estate license. She's going to keep the family company open and all this
Yeah.
stuff. And I actually did. I got my real estate license at 18
Okay.
because it wasn't an option. My dad was like, go take the class.
Right.
And hurry up, you know? So, but it just wasn't me.
Right.
I just wanted to be creative. I wanted to be out there. And so that's what led me to pursue a professional dance career.
Okay.
And so when I was on the team, because in full transparency, being a professional dancer isn't the most lucrative line of work.
Right.
However, I was just so passionate. I loved it. And thank goodness I was still in college. I
Right.
still had the support of my family.
Right.
But I dabbled in working for a home builder.
Okay.
And the owner of the company was also a season ticket holder.
Okay.
And so I didn't do any work. I was just there. He just loved saying he had a cheerleader at the company. And so did that for a little bit, but again, it just wasn't me. And I remember driving to the office one day saying, all I want to do is be able to wear what I want to wear to work. Because these corporate clothes are not it.
Okay.
They're itchy and stuffy. And this color palette is dry.
Right.
And then I said, and I just want to dance all day.
Yeah.
And I just want to be able to do what I want to do.
Okay.
And not even 6 months later, that is what I started. I opened up the studio and embarked on that. And the boldness just came out of living in a world or convincing yourself that it is the norm.
Right.
It might be a big risk for a lot of people, but you have to convince yourself first
Right.
that, you know, it may sound crazy, but you're crazy and it's okay.
Yeah.
It's okay.
And you spoke it into existence. You said it started at home with your family, kind of, you know, raising
Crazy
the rebel,
environment.
raising
Yeah.
the rebel in you, but then also saying, hey, because we are in a family business in this sector, you know, utilize that, but then you had to come to the realization, no, like I want more, and made it happen with those who were around you.
Yeah.
So what part are you in the business and then your friend, and was that how it started?
Well, again, at that time, because I've actually had several companies.
Okay.
So at the time, I'm just a very community type person. And if there's ever anything to do, I love to do it with people.
Right.
You know? And so at the time, it just felt fun
Right.
and right to do something with your friend.
Right.
You know? And so I came from, obviously, the dance background.
Right.
She had more of a fitness background.
Okay.
So it was like, how do we bridge this gap and really make this an amazing company out of this?
Right.
And so it was a dance fitness studio.
Okay.
But all the dance was, you know, heavily influenced by my experience and background and
Right.
things of that nature and connections and stuff like that. So did that for about a year.
Okay.
And then she was in school to be a nurse.
Okay.
Continued on that path. And I was like, I think I want to keep going. I think
Yeah.
I want to, you know, keep this dance business company alive. And so that's what evolved into NC Dance District.
Okay.
And so, again, just in the spirit of like, I know for a fact God didn't give this to me just for me.
Right.
And when I realized that, I said, I need to keep my head down and do the work.
Right.
But figure out how to find the people
Right.
that really need what Dance District is providing. And those people were the instructors, the other aspiring dancers in Charlotte, the creative directors, the agents, like anyone that had a tiny toe in entertainment. It was like, how do we make Dance District the breeding ground for entertainers
Right.
in Charlotte? So it's not just a dance studio.
Right.
So in 2012
Okay.
is when it went from a dance fitness studio type of, or personally as an entrepreneur in that dance fitness world, to just strictly dance and entertainment.
Okay.
Opened up an agency.
Okay.
even develop a dance company that could be hired as a unit around Charlotte. So
Right.
when anyone needed flash mob dancers, dancers for a wedding, for
Yes.
a special event,
Right.
they knew to go to NC Dance District.
Right.
And so that's when it started to become more than just about me
Right.
wanting to have this amazing career. It was,
Right.
wow, this is really affecting people and planting seeds in the next wave of entertainers and really putting our city on the map, because the talent is here.
Right.
We just needed an organization around it and some eyes on it. And
Right.
so once I started to meet other like-minded individuals, I was like, oh yeah, this is totally a God thing, because it
Right.
ain't easy.
Right.
And that's how you know.
Right.
When God
Right.
wants you to do something, it is not going to
It's
be easy.
not going to be
It's
easy.
not- it's not
He's
supposed
going to
to.
give you all the materials, all the
Right.
things, the vision, but
Right.
he's not going to give you anything else. You have to do it.
Right. And on purpose to
Right.
see if you really about that.
Right.
If you really about it, he gonna bless it.
Right.
But we gotta have a conversation. You know what I
Right.
mean? Like God has to, I believe, trust you
Right.
with the blessing. Like he'll always plant a seed and give you a vision and a preview of your capacity. I believe the first company, the first studio with it being Dance Fitness was a preview of the capacity of Dance District. And that's why it would always be a beautiful moment in my life. And it wasn't perfect, we went through our ups and downs,
Yeah.
but it was purposeful.
Yeah.
And it was needed and necessary.
Right.
And I know it was a full act of God, because I was 24, 25 years old, wasn't even thinking in that mind frame. And he still nurtured and blessed it and brought the people around. And then when I became aware, it's like, oh, when you know better, you do better. Now I have to really protect it, and now it becomes sacred, and now it becomes something that needs a little different intention.
Right.
It's not just, I'm going to say I'm in a studio. It's not about you, girl. It's not about you, babe. And sometimes you got to learn that the hard way, or sometimes you have to just embrace it and lean into it. But that's
Yeah.
when, the other side of owning a business, okay, class is a little low, numbers are a little low. How are we going to pay the rent? How are
Yeah.
we going to do this? Like, we got to market differently. Like all those things that aren't really the fun, glamorous side.
Yeah.
When you're able to say, I'm going to do it anyway, and something in you keeps you going, I 1,000% believe that's the Spirit of God telling
Yeah.
you, I brought you this far. I've built you for this.
Yeah.
You're okay. You can do it. And then out of nowhere,
Yeah.
deals and gigs
It
and
makes
people, and it
sense.
comes all together. But yeah, that was such a cool moment and a cool time. So me being involved really at 2012.
Okay.
And then I said, okay, I realized it's not just about me.
Mm-hmm.
I still got to build. So that was hiring new instructors, partnering up with other agencies outside of Charlotte. And
Okay.
say, hey, if you guys are filming in North Carolina, we have an amazing roster of talent. All we need is an audition. I don't
like
know
that.
these people from Adam.
Right.
But I got on that phone.
Right.
And they said, okay.
Right.
So much of my career has been just
Cold
ask,
calling,
just do
asking.
It. Just do it. Or just show up as if you belong.
Right.
That's it.
Or you already know it's going to work.
That's it.
Or they're going to say yes.
I knew I had the talent. That wasn't even a question. Okay, I knew. As soon as I get in that room, I just had to find out where the room was at.
Yeah.
And it was at least like 10 or 15. It was a movie called Bolden that filmed maybe, 2014, 2013 or whatever. They were in Wilmington. And I caught wind because I'm also very nosy.
You got to be in the know. You
So
have to be
nosy.
in the know.
I'm so nosy. Guys.
Okay.
Especially when it comes to stuff that I love and I'm like passionate about. So I found out they were filming. I said, oh, and it was almost like they had been working on it for so long in the past. And they were kind of re-energizing the project.
Okay.
I was like, oh, say less. I got on that phone and I just said, hey, got an idea. Here's the thing.
Okay.
I said, yeah.
Okay.
And it was literally maybe like 10 dancers maybe that went out to film. It was a handful, but that was also a group that so much came out of just those group of dancers. They built their own careers. They kept, auditioning, kept going out, and like it just was a taste
Right.
of what was going to shape their career. So all of that was happening, I would say 2012 up until about 2018. And then I got to a point where I was like, okay, I know there's good work here, but there's also other things career-wise I want to pursue, which is getting back into the NBA. Because
Right.
at this point, I'm working with teams here and there, but it's kind of like only during the summer. But there's this this itch in me where I'm like, okay, maybe teaching isn't what I want to do all the time.
Yeah.
I was also teaching a lot of the classes along with the other staff. But I said, I think I want to like revisit that part of Ana too, which is really into the sports and entertainment side of it. So 2018, 2019, I said, okay, let me keep building the team.
Yeah.
Acquired another partner. I was like, I just want to get out of Charlotte to see what else I can learn to then bring back to Charlotte.
So did you get out of Charlotte to see what other businesses that were similar or alike were doing?
So I would say from really 2010 until, because 2010 was when I first opened up. 2012 was the restructure. I was still a working dancer.
Okay.
So had the studio, but I was being booked as a choreographer for
Right.
this, or I was bi-coastal.
Okay.
So I was working in LA, I would come home,
Okay.
let that money circulate in the
Grind
studio.
on shop.
Another project would come up in New York, I'm in New York, I'm coming back. So that had been just reality
Right.
forever. So I want to say I booked a job with a fitness company.
Right.
And they needed some fitness talent. And so that took me back and forth to LA a lot and even overseas.
Okay.
So in 2018, I just wanted to go back to LA because I had connections and roots there. And just to see if there's anything else I can learn
Right.
to keep contributing to this studio entertainment type of entity that has now been created.
Okay.
And it was also just as a creative, as an artist. I was
Right.
like, I just need a different scenery.
Okay.
I wasn't going out to LA to find myself. I wasn't going out there to pursue a dream and be a starving artist. Oh, no, honey.
Starving artist.
I'm a little too bougie for that. I was really trying to learn the business.
Right.
You know, like the reality shows are already through the roof. Who are the producers of that? Like, who are are there screenwriters for it? Are there, like, how does these things come about? Like, I've always been so curious as to, like, how do things come about? And that's why I went out there. I went out there to get a recharge creatively. Honey, that was also right before this thing called the pandemic.
The coronavirus.
Just a little Rona. A little Rona came around, and again, God gives you all these previews and these God winks of stuff, and I think He allowed me to go out because I needed to just see that all the things I was wanting, and I'll even use the word chasing, I was trying to find, was in Charlotte. But I would have never known that had I not stepped out and went and then realized, oh, y'all doing the same thing over here I was doing up in Charlotte.
Yeah.
It wasn't it. It was very underwhelming.
Okay.
Obviously, LA is always going to be LA. Projects are always going to be out there and stuff, but it's just not for everyone.
Right.
And it just wasn't for me.
Right.
I didn't feel like I was gaining anything that I wasn't currently already working on. And that was just the reality of it.
So would you say that there comes a time where you would recommend a creative or an artist to get outside of their comfort zone or get outside of where they're accustomed to see, does this make sense for me? What are they doing? Can I implement that where I am, or do I need to make a move?
Absolutely. And I think if anything, to really gauge your level of professionalism, you don't want to be the coolest kid in your hometown. You want to be the coolest kid in America. So if in Charlotte you that big dog, that's cool. But what about when you get out of Charlotte? Can you still be that big dog? I still felt like a big dog, even in LA. I was like, oh, I'm all right. I got it. I'm good. And, you have to be able to really be honest with yourself. Is there more that I can learn? Always.
Right.
But am I in a mental place where I'm still searching and trying to figure it out? When I went out there, like I said, I wasn't trying to find myself. I knew exactly who I was, and exactly what I wanted. And I just wanted access. I wanted a network and connection. I wasn't really trying to sell myself to be the one on the camera.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And so for me, I could get that access still in Charlotte because I know the people. It's a phone. It's 2025. Well, at the time, 2018, 2019.
Yeah.
It's a digital age.
Right.
You know what I mean? And so many artists, I think, feel like, I gotta go, I gotta leave to make it. No, you don't.
Yeah.
You don't. You just want to, which
Right.
that is okay. But just say that out loud.
Yeah.
Say the thing out loud that you really want so that it can really serve you.
Yeah.
You can't fake the funk.
Yeah.
And if I just want access, network, and connections, give me an email and a phone number.
Yeah.
I'll do the other part of it. So I do think an artist should always take themselves out of their comfort zone, but to gauge their capacity, to gauge where they are. Sometimes local artists, again, if you're a local, you feel like, oh, I'm the one, I'm great, I'm getting, that's cool, but like, what is your end goal?
Yeah.
Do you just always want to be local? Do you want to be great? Do you want to be wonderful?
Yeah.
Do you want to be massive?
Yeah.
You know? And not to toot my own horn, but I know for a fact there's people outside of Charlotte that know my name and they could tell you exactly what Ana does.
Yeah.
Because I have taken myself out of Charlotte to plant that seed.
Yeah.
So I have that access.
Yeah.
So people know if she call you, she only want one or two things.
Right.
That's it.
Yeah.
You know? So yeah, every artist, especially someone that is really looking to make it a career.
Yeah.
Don't think small.
Yeah.
Think worldwide. Make a point to make sure somebody somewhere in America knows exactly who you are.
Yeah.
Do it and learn and grow and learn from people that are doing what you're doing, but on a different level.
Yeah.
Whatever your max level is. When I was in high school, the max level was being an NBA dancer. I don't want to just be a high school cheerleader.
Yeah.
I don't want to just be a collegiate dancer. I want to be in the pros.
Yeah.
For a lot of young boys that play basketball, they want to go to the league.
Yeah.
I wanted to go to the league.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
The
I mean,
1%.
hello?
It's the 1% still.
Hello. What else are we doing it for?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But whatever that is for that artist, figure that part out and go there.
Relationships
matter. They are so important. Be a good person. Be kind. Don't be a diva or a devo.
Because it really, as I get older or as years go by, I realize how much, you know, that saying went around, is not what you have, it's who you know. No, because it's like that could get you opportunities in rooms just by how you showed up for yourself, that first impression, how you presented yourself, how you were able to speak. That could get you into so many rooms than, you know, what is on your resume.
Honey, 50% of my career, okay? I was not out here just auditioning and carrying on, okay? What if I ain't never scared, but I can name at least 10, 15 jobs.
Yeah.
Trust me, you're going to love Ana.
Yeah.
That was it.
Yeah.
And I walked in and I did my thing. I did my thug thizzle.
Yeah.
Because I also appreciate, if you're going to vouch for me and you're going to, refer me, that's also on your name.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I'm not going to, so the relational thing is who do you know? But then do you know yourself? Ana knows that Ana doesn't want to be the reason that anything messes up.
Yeah.
I don't want to be the cause of a ball drop, a production running late, we're not hitting our mark, we're not hitting our deadline and making our lines. I never want to be the cause of that.
Yeah.
And so if I am going to be representing you because you vouch for me, I got to come in as my full self. But I got to know my capacity. I got to be honest with myself, and I got to do the work. I got to train. I got to make sure the steps are there. Okay?
Yeah.
I got to make sure the look is there.
Yeah.
I got to make sure the fitness
The
is there.
full package.
All of it.
Because that word of mouth is only going to get you so far. You have to be impeccable once you walk in the door.
Have to be. Because the same word of mouth that got you there will be the one to get you out. Okay? So you gotta be that girl all the time, every day. And not to add more work to your life, but embody it.
Just walk in that.
Be that.
Yes.
Be it fully.
Yeah.
And full stop. That's it. Nothing else. There's nothing else.
Nothing
after
else.
Be it.
Okay. I love that perspective. So, okay, we see NC Dance District as it is right now. When you were in the point of the fitness and dance, were you in a specific space? Where were you at before the building that we see now?
So, all over Charlotte.
Okay.
I think I really lived that entrepreneur life.
Okay.
Find a space, the space works out.
Okay.
Then the landlord says, oh, we're putting up condos. You got 30 days. Like, oh, got it. Cute. All right. Figure it out.
Yeah.
Everything has been about figure it out. So
Yeah.
I really believe I've been all over every corner of Charlotte.
Just figuring out, like, okay, we're going to be here for this amount of time, and then pivoting.
So the very, very first space in 2010, beautiful, uptown, walking distance to the Panther Stadium. Again, God Preview was everything. Okay, looking back, unheard of.
Yeah.
Unheard of, okay? But it was gorgeous, it was beautiful, and so I always held that image in my mind and that standard and that quality, that experience. But in the restructuring and the rebuilding stages, you have to get there. So 2012 building did not look anything like today.
Yeah.
It was terrible.
Yeah.
You know? But it spoke to when people want something and you're giving and you're doing good work, they will follow you wherever. Child, I think it was a big old warehouse. That was cold. Had cement floors. One little slab of mirrors on the wall. The ghetto.
Not the ghetto.
It was not it. It was not it. It was like not a thing was cute in there.
Okay.
But the love and the joy and the passion, and funny enough, and no shade to the person I was subleasing from, she's a wonderful woman.
Okay.
Thank you, Miss Diane. Love you. But when you think of a studio, you think of you think of a certain
aesthetic,
environment,
yeah.
You know what I mean? A certain style.
Yeah.
But since it wasn't my building, I can't do my own style up in there. So I just had to take what I had to take.
Yeah, do what you got to do.
Do what you got to do, but it was an event space.
Okay.
So when I did book my very first major flash mob, child, these people gave me $20,000 for one flash mob. Now, if you know anything about a flash mob is a spontaneous, synchronized dance performance. One time. In and out. 20 bands.
20 bands.
And at the time, that was so much money.
Right.
For one person that is, I got an email and a phone call, and I just sold myself. I was like, hey, so we're looking for a company. 1,000. How many dancers do you need? 100? Got it.
Yeah.
What's the date? Booked. Okay, boom. Just
moving it.
And so needed the space. Needed a warehouse
Yeah.
to fit 100 people
Yeah.
to learn choreography. So everything worked its way out. But yeah, that was in South Charlotte, like South.
Yeah.
Like touch a toe you in South Carolina. Very far. Very far.
Okay.
Then been as north as University. Been in NODA, South End, back to University, back to South End, just all over. But again, looking back, it just planted those seeds all around Charlotte.
Right.
And so now, you know, glory be to God. If someone says something dance related, Dance Citrus is going to pop up in some kind of conversation.
No, for sure.
Even if it's like, oh, I take class. Where do you take classes? Like, oh, this place called Dance Citrus or NC, you know. And so that is the gift. That is the blessing. And that is what it was all for.
Yes.
Even though in the moment, honey, I said, Lord, are you sure you want me? Because this ain't it. This ain't it. You know? But stay in the course, not giving up.
No matter what it was looking like.
No matter.
And the moves that you had to make in any moment.
Because, darling, it was looking like who shot John Rain. What are you doing? But I give it all credit to the dancers. They kept it going. They loved it. It was their home. It was their space. Their creativity, you know, I just really felt like a vessel at that point. Someone that can kind of kickstart it, but then you have the community that's really, I mean, they get all the credit because they loved it and they loved each other. And even the ones that maybe didn't want to pursue it professionally, there's still something like whether it was relationships. We had marriages come out of people that met at the studio.
Oh, wow.
Best friends, you know, lifelong communities. And so it's just been a very, very beautiful thing to see develop. So what people see now today as Dance District definitely has been a labor of love, but I give all credit to the dance community and the people that saw the vision that I saw and have always held on to that and made Dance District their happy place.
Yes.
You know,
the place that they maybe needed to escape to just feel alive again.
Yeah. And now the team that I have, again, I have a partner. I call them the command center. So I have my team of executives that are just literally keeping everything tight.
Okay.
And making sure that the purpose and the beauty of Dance District remains.
Yeah.
And now in my, you know, at this point in my career, The three things that have always made up my love for the arts.
Okay.
The dance component, which is the studio. The entertainment side of it, which for me is the NBA, sports entertainment, but then also the production and the producing side of it. So that is where our nonprofit Project Full Out kind of comes into place and was birthed during that time of us like bouncing around all over Charlotte, meeting all these people. Hearing from the dancers that they want to perform more.
Yeah.
You know, maybe I don't want to go on tour with Beyonce, but I want to feel like it. You know what I mean? Like I want to do our own little local concert. So that is where Project Full Out and the producer side of me really was able to kind of be nurtured and come out. So that's where we are today. So that's what Dance District is now. It's like a combination of all those three things where we provide our everyday dancer a space. We've carved out a space for our performers. And we've carved out a space for our aspiring professional dancers.
Yeah. Do you feel like the nonprofit sector came in because of what people or dancers in the studio were asking, and it was like, okay, how do we grow even more because of the response?
It was a combination of that, but then also, again, going back to filling that void.
Okay.
I love to create space, but then also put things together, create something new. So a lot of the community that we serve through our nonprofit are good and grown adults. So in the nonprofit world, a lot of people feel like it's fitting necessarily. But these are individuals that use dance as wellness. And they need an outlet. And they've been told no all their lives that, no, you cannot be a professional dancer, or because you had kids real young, you got to get a full-time job, or, you know, you went to school for this, you'll never be a dancer. We serve the people. We're a yes in the world of no's that they've been given all their lives. We call them second chance dancers. You know what I mean? So it don't matter your age, don't matter your background, your skill level. We will put a show together to feel that heart that you have for performing and to give you that space and to allow you to dream again, you know? And some of them, that's all they need. It's just an itch. They scratched it. They going back to the office.
That's what I'm talking about.
They going back with their chest high. They got a video to show. They got an outfit. You know what I mean? It's just different, but it's pouring joy and love back into people, you know, that just didn't have that kind of outlet. And so the second chance dancers, all different ages. We even have a lot of young dancers, you know, but it's really for the girlies that, you know, just wanted that second opportunity to be the background dancer they always envisioned. And just have fun with it. And then they can go back to their regular life. You know? But so the nonprofit, so what we do is we do raise funds to, or it's always like very, very, very low cost classes. I mean, like ridiculously low. So we remove that barrier of entry. We also will make the experience nice, you know? So a lot of the monies that we're raising is to put us in a nice theater. To make it a ticketed event. You know what I mean? To have a photo shoot, to make them feel like the stars that they are. And so that is what the nonprofit is.
Listen, as you're talking, I'm thinking of like when God sometimes just needs your yes. All he needs is your yes to be able to fill so many more cups. And I love how you said that initially you were thinking about, this is what I want to do.
Absolutely.
But then it came a turn where it was just like, no, this is not about me. I have to surrender to that.
You have to. You realize it's bigger than you. And the emotional attachment that you have to seeing someone share with you how if they were not in that building, if they were not in that class, they don't know where they would be. They don't even know if they would be here on this earth. You know what I mean? You realize like, okay, I need to lock in. Because there's a responsibility that comes with being in this space. And so it's been a joy. Again, I love hearing the stories from the dancers. I love being able to just create that space and be the vessel. And now, even in my faith now, realizing when it's hard, it's fine. Because this ain't my studio no more. It's God's studio at this point. You know what I mean? So I ain't got to trip about it. I just got to do the things earthly that I can do. And he got everything else. It's fine. You know, but you got to constantly remind yourself of that, especially when your line of work as an entrepreneur is so unique and different. I think it's supposed to be, but I think that's also why you have to fully surrender.
Yeah.
And know that everything is a season. So the season where it was about Ana, the dancer, aspiring, wanting to do all these things, and it was fueling the drive. At a certain point, you have to get to that destination, park the car, get into the other vehicle, and use something else. And now you're driving a different type of force.
Yeah.
Now I've done the things. I've checked off the list career-wise. Now I'm still in it. I can't quite stop.
Yeah.
But I know I got to drive a different path a little bit. You
Yeah.
know, I can't keep driving down the same road because it honestly don't even fulfill you anymore.
Yeah.
You know, it just wasn't even the same.
Yeah.
I was like, I can't do this just for me.
Yeah.
Child, I'll be a housewife somewhere, Hammy, with baby. I'll be in the kitchen, you know what I mean? This ain't it.
Yeah.
Which still want to do that too. But my
Yeah.
reasoning and drive is so much more than me. It's not just Ana, because if Ana had to decide, Ana switch it up every 6 months. Oh, I want to do this. Oh, I want to do this. Oh, I want to do that. It's something outside of you.
Yeah.
And I think as an entrepreneur, once you realize that, you're even more comfortable taking the risks. You're even more comfortable being bold and audacious because you covered.
Yeah.
You're good.
Yeah. Girl, have the audacity.
Today, and hurry up.
If
Stop playing
not
with
now,
me.
when?
Stop playing.
Okay.
Stop playing, girl.
Let's talk about the NBA. First of all,
Yeah.
the Ana who was on this wall of the pictures, and she had this mantra of, I'm going to be this NBA dancer. How is that Ana coaching women and females who are now in those same shoes, but now you have this experience from that end of, like, I was that girl,
Ooh,
but
I'm
now
getting chills. I'm getting chills.
I'm coaching and teaching and being that light. How are we mixing those identities now?
I daily am fascinated by God and the unfolding of dreams and how he unfolds them. Probably since the day my first season as a rookie, I was like, oh, this is what I want to do for the rest of my life.
Yeah.
And then I'm gonna be a coach, and then I'm gonna be a mom and a housewife. That's life. That's
This
it.
housewife.
So much so, being an entrepreneur was not even really on the radar.
Yeah.
Opening up a studio was not in that conversation. I was dancing for the team, before I opened the studio.
Okay.
It was be a dancer, be a coach, be a wife.
Yeah.
That was it.
Yeah.
The studio came about because it was like, I'm a doer, I gotta do something, and it makes sense. It goes together. But being a coach was like in my spirit, in my gut,
Yeah.
my DNA.
Yeah.
But then running the company, you kind of have to refocus. So
Yeah.
I stopped pursuing it. And honestly, if I keep it a beam, I forgot about it.
Okay.
Keep it honest.
Okay.
And forgot about it in the sense of like push it to the side.
Yeah.
I stopped focusing on it. I'll say it that way. I stopped focusing on it. I stopped pursuing it. I stopped trying to position myself, and I was all into build the studio up. And I say all that to really give all complete glory to God, because he never forgot.
Yeah.
He never.
Yeah.
So much so in 2017, he was like, hey, remember a long time ago you said, I get a call via Instagram DM.
Okay.
And I was like, okay, here's my number, from an organization that provides choreography, like a season worth of choreography for all these NBA teams.
Okay.
And that was a little bit of my window in, because even though I danced on the team, there wasn't any doors of opportunity to like move up from dancer to coach. It wasn't like just available,
right?
Whatnot. So another reason why I was like, it ain't gonna happen. I had my good 4 years.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I got my boots. I did all the things. So in 2017, when I got that call, I was like, what?
Yeah.
And then that
engine start revving a
fire
little.
came
Yeah.
down. I was like, oh, I do really want to do this.
Yeah.
Now. And so flew out to Arizona.
Okay.
Did this the convention for like 5-6 years.
Okay.
And it was God saying, I know you wanted to be an NBA coach for one team, but I'm gonna put you in front of several teams.
Okay.
So now I'm working with the Pistons, OKC, like all these teams that
Yeah.
honestly I wouldn't have access to
Yeah.
had it not been for this this company. Shout out to
Right.
Choreo Pros.
Right.
And choreography pros didn't know me from a hole in the wall. You know how they knew me?
How?
From the dance fitness job I booked. The fitness celebrity loved me.
Yeah.
Still my friend, still my guy. She took all his videos. She
Okay.
She was like, "Who was that girl in the back in your video?" He's like, "Oh, that's Ana." "Oh, what's up with Ana?" "Oh, she came from the NBA." She says, "Oh my gosh, you think she would want to?" We're looking for new choreographers. Trust me, you'll love Ana. Didn't audition. I showed up in Arizona.
Wow.
That was it. And now, again, I get chills of how God unfolded everything. So, in that moment in 2017, I was almost at my burnout. Of I've been doing this for a long time. I'm doing something big. I get the call about the NBA job. I mean, about the choreography job. I'm like, oh, okay, my spark is back.
Yeah.
I get that. I'm in a world I know nothing of.
Yeah.
The routines I provided were like, I mean, people were just
Yeah.
they went for them,
Yeah.
right? They were great. And I was like, yes, this is
Yeah.
it. I was like, you know what? I'm okay to surrender that old dream of wanting to be a coach. Now I can be in front of a number of teams, right?
Yeah.
And that was amazing. It was wonderful. And then fast forward to present day when the opportunity actually did open up. Again, I was like, do I want to do this? And that fire came back, but I was like, it's been so long since I've even been in that headspace of coaching.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know. So all this doubt came in, but I applied, and guess what they asked for
Talk to me.
in the submission?
Okay.
Your portfolio, your choreography.
Okay.
And if you didn't have teams you've worked for, you could submit a video of you dancing.
Yeah.
I had the teams already.
Right. Because of the business.
Because in that call that I got in 2017.
Right.
When I'm thinking, oh, this is just God telling me, like, I need you in front of millions of people.
Right.
You know, not just one team, but many teams.
Yeah.
And I took that and I was so happy and genuinely grateful and
Right.
deeply, like, appreciative for it, not even knowing what he had for me. Girl,
Yeah.
around the corner.
Right.
That coaching job that I wanted back
Right.
in 2003.
It was just preparation. So what
Preparation.
you thought was, oh, I'm just going to put this aside. I'm
Yeah.
just going to, what you were doing
Yeah.
was preparing you for the opportunity, and you was ready.
Even more so, what I thought was a pivot was really preparation. I thought the pivot was, instead of being a coach, be an NBA choreographer.
Yeah.
Have multiple teams.
Yeah.
Oh, I'll pivot. Still, if I love this industry, if I love this style of dance, if I love what empowering these young women means,
Yeah.
I'm okay with any version of it.
Right.
And when I declared that and was okay with that, I'm thinking it's a pivot.
Yeah.
Not even knowing, honey, I'm just collecting literally everything I needed for the job that I
Yes.
have now.
Wow.
Wild.
Okay. So
Wild.
from Arizona, how are we now standing at the Spectrum Center watching these girls?
Unreal. I'm my first game, official game, walking in the arena
Yeah.
where I once walked as a dancer.
Okay.
Now I'm walking as a coach.
Yeah.
It was outer body.
Okay.
Outer body. And all I could do was just say thank you.
Yes.
Thank you for not giving up on me when I did.
Yeah.
So many people, when they say they have a dream, don't give up on your dreams. And everybody's like, I never gave up. I did. God never gave up on me.
Yeah.
And my giving up was just kind of like a defeat, like it's not gonna happen. But it doesn't mean that my heart wasn't still
Yeah.
in it. I just didn't know where else to turn. So
Yeah.
I had to surrender to a higher source. I had to. I
Yeah.
had to stay on my faith. And so I felt like when I walked in that arena, I'm looking up, I'm like, oh my gosh. He was like, I got you.
Yeah.
And I've had you.
Right.
And I've had you this whole time.
This whole time.
I've had you this whole time. Ana was just the one
In the way.
in the way, doing the most,
Yeah.
being dramatic.
Yeah.
But he knows that. He knows
Yeah.
that. He created me. He knows I am.
Right.
He's like, she's fine. She'll
Yeah.
be okay.
She'll be all right.
And even at this age, at 40, because like I said, I wanted to pursue this when I was like 30, when I was 20.
Yeah.
Would I have been ready? Would I be able to really pour into these young women and give them the tools and give them the things that I had to live?
Yeah.
You can't give advice if you don't have experience. You can't tell someone about
Right.
something if you don't have license in it.
Right.
You don't have understanding.
Some
and
equity, some sweat equity.
and some like ways to navigate it. Because even with the advice, is not to tell them what to do.
Yeah.
but just give them tools and perspective on how to approach it so that they can make their own decisions. And so
Yeah.
the young women that I have on the team are just incredible. I could not have been blessed with a better team.
Yeah.
There's no way. I mean, and it's a blend of like a lot of the rookies. So a lot of them, this is
Yeah.
like first seed planted.
Yeah.
And then there's my vets who
Okay.
have been there and been under different type of leadership and things of
Yeah.
that nature. So even resparking and bringing something fresh to them has just
Yeah.
been such a joy. And it is also a job that is very demanding.
Yeah.
And it's reminding me of, I was in college when I was on the team.
Yeah.
So, going to practice, going to game, having that kind of busy schedule was fun.
Yeah.
I'm young and I don't have any responsibilities, and my parents are still taking care of me.
Yeah.
But at the big age of 40, when you have responsibilities
And a whole business.
and a whole business, they need sleep to function.
Yeah.
And food and water.
Yeah.
You have to just really manage your time and reevaluate what's important to you in life.
Yeah.
And pouring into these girls, showing up as my full self and being
Yeah.
mentally there is the priority, because they need that in a coach, in
Right.
a leader. I always remind them I'm never going to lead in fear. I'm not going to like scare you and make
Yeah.
you afraid of me. I'm always available if you need to talk about anything. But I also have an expectation of standard and an
Yeah.
expectation of greatness out
Yeah.
of you.
What is the expectation of greatness for the ladies?
Oh, commitment. You're going to do something, you're going to do it.
Yeah.
And be completely full out in it and be that girl. The very first game,
Okay.
2-second funny story about that. I was, in the mode of like rehearsing, I have a big game coming up. It's not just opening night, but it's opening night under a new coach,
Yeah.
new leadership, brand new team.
Yeah.
We gotta be focused. And again, a lot of them were adjusting to,
Yeah.
my leadership style
Yeah.
and preparation. And so the big night happens. Routine is it, okay? Choreography is T.
Yeah.
And I'm just like letting them know, I know it's different than
Yeah.
choreography you've done before, but you can do this.
Yeah.
I've seen it in you.
Yeah.
Trust yourself, right? You're that girl.
Yeah.
Be that girl.
Yeah.
From the moment we walk in. So, girl, we on that court. They hype. They ready to
Yeah.
go. Child, the doggone music does not play.
Yeah.
Oh, no, it goes out.
Okay.
It starts. And
Okay.
They eating.
Yeah.
Eating.
Yeah.
Okay? Music go out middle of the routine.
Yeah.
They start counting and keep going. The crowd erupts.
Okay.
The crowd goes crazy
Okay.
because they're still giving you that full out
Right,
performance because
right.
they know they that girl.
Yeah.
It was the talk of the whole entire
Okay.
building, even up to the top of the executive office. They were like, "We've never seen anything like that.
Right.
That was incredible. The energy, the way, literally the whole arena went crazy for that dance team. My girl. What?
Yeah.
And, they came off, they were like, you know what? It felt good just to have confidence in ourselves and with each other. And I was like, you're good. You're fine. It's open night. But I did tell them, go and run it back now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, thank you for the moment. And I think it's also God saying, like, see, you got it. The worst thing that could possibly happen, look what you did. You still
Yeah.
came out of it. So that was amazing.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you, Lord.
Yeah. Okay.
So got to run it back too. You know what I mean?
Right,
'Cause
right,
I always
right.
gonna perform and feel it too. And
Yeah.
they ran it back, did a performance, and it was just the highlight of, I would say, my coaching career, even though
Okay.
it's still developing. Like
Yeah.
that will be forever one of the best moments, because it just kind of broke any type of nervousness or like if we can get through that, child,
We can go through anything.
anything. But that's what I want to
Right.
instill in these young women. Like, you're equipped, you're built to do tough things and hard things and things that may be scary, because on the other side of it, you will be victorious. On the other side of it, you are there.
Yeah.
And you're okay.
Yes. Okay. So let's say there is a female or a young lady who she's either the one in high school or
Yeah.
she is wanting to get back in dance. She used to do it, or she's thinking, hey, like I need this second chance, or I don't think it's for me anymore. How would you tell her, in your words, if not now, when?
What else are you doing? What else is there to do? You have nothing else to do on this earth but pursue your dreams and live the best life ever. Full stop. All the other stuff that you can list is stuff. But in this moment, you have nothing else to do but enjoy life and pursue your dreams. So why not that is what we're put on this earth to do, and to love, and to spread love, and to be a connector,
Yeah.
to be our full selves. All the to-do list, well, I gotta go to work, no, you don't. You don't have to. You actually don't have to do none of that.
Free
You know?
will.
You don't have to do that.
Yeah.
But you do have this life to live. So live it.
Yeah.
Literally. And sit and think about, what does that mean? Like, oh, okay, so if I have breath in my lungs, if I am able to, do the things, and if anything, just dream. Just the ability to imagine.
Yeah.
You have nothing else to do with imagine. That's it.
Yeah.
Because you have the ability to do so.
Yeah.
So then do it, And then also make your mind up now
Yeah.
about who you are. Don't allow someone else to tell you who you are or shape who they think you should be.
Yeah.
But you got to decide that now. So if you are in limbo, if you are like, well, I don't know, that's okay. But you got to get there. You got to figure that out first.
Yeah.
Because if you are still unsure, you will come into a situation that's going to shape you or try to form you. So you have to go in it first, knowing who I am. So when things happen, oh, that's not really me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
You can be unshakable.
You can be unshakable, and you can avoid having to learn the hard lessons.
Yeah.
And you can avoid having to then get back to yourself. You know how people say, oh, I had to get back to me? You can avoid that, especially young girl.
Yeah.
Especially decide who you want to be today.
Yeah.
Right now, and make it as colorful and bold and wonderful as possible. Make it as big as possible. Always put in the world at the end of your sentence. I want to be the best dancer in the world. Just be as expansive as possible. Because why not?
If not now, when?
If not now, when? What we doing?
As a last thing, as a creative entrepreneur and businesswoman who is balancing a few things, but then also realizing that you have to be able to fill your cup and fill yourself so you can be able to lead in those spaces. What advice would you give to a similar creative or businesswoman who is juggling a few things or leading a few things and kind of hitting some difficult roads, but not seeing the bigger picture? What advice would you give?
To be honest with yourself and say the things out loud. If you're scared, if you are unsure, it's okay. You're supposed to be.
Yeah.
But trying to avoid it and not being honest with it is just going to let it fester.
Right.
So approach it head on. Embrace it. Embrace the impact. So therefore you can get past the thing let it pass right by you. But you can't run from it. You're never going to be able to run from it. Embrace it. Embrace the impact. Let it happen. Be honest with yourself, and then also be kind to yourself and say, let me just take an hour, 10 minutes, 15 minutes to remind myself what makes me happy, what makes me laugh, what is something non-work related that I can then tap into. For me, it's lighting them doggone candles.
Yeah.
When I light that,
I
was right in the
that
world,
wick.
But be honest with yourself, no matter how big or small or silly it may feel. And then be kind to yourself to carve out that moment and that time for when that impact happens, right? You got to embrace it. You can then go there to heal, to then get back to being able to do the work.
Thank you so much, Ana.
You're welcome.
Thank you. You just threw so many things and just wrapped up in a bow, like your experience thus far. And I think the biggest thing I've taken so far is just like the confidence and the boldness that you are exuding right now, and how you're right. You have to lead with that to be able to carry you into everything that you're trying to do. Like you first. Yeah, I respect that. Okay, now.
This is fun. I love it here.
I appreciate like the
you.
gems that you've given today on the business and dance side.
Thank you.
I feel like it always goes by so fast, but I'm like, wow, like learning what people are doing and how they are able to get there, and some of the roadblocks and the people that they've, impacted, and how you've said you literally had to take yourself out of it. Yeah. That's probably the biggest takeaway.
Yeah. It starts with, you first, then build a team, and, and then take yourself out of it. Like, my team is supreme. I don't play about them. Shout out to Kelly. Shout out to Tiffany Will. Like, I don't play about them. And then the people that are around you, you know, making sure that they are pouring into you as well too. Even if they're not giving you advice, their joy and their enthusiasm pours into you. So you know, okay, we're doing something right.
Yeah.
But yeah, you have to, it's phases that you have to go through. But yeah, you lock in with yourself first, because if you're empty, there's nothing you can pour into anyone else.
Yeah.
And then find the people. And for me, it was always, Lord, send them to me, please. You know what I mean? Like, you don't have to necessarily cold call and recruit, but be open and honest and saying, like, I need a team. Like, it's not humanly possible for just me to do it, or it's not going to reach its capacity that it's supposed to. Like, I could do it, but this is going to have the same quality and impact if I had a team around me. That was probably the hardest thing I had to learn, and I wish I would have learned a little bit faster.
Yeah, have support.
The front desk, check-in, janitor, the teacher, custodian, all the stuff looking crazy.
Yeah.
And it didn't have to be that, but I was so, again, on a first, I got to be the one responsible to do everything, and I know how to do this. No one else knows how to do it. That's crazy.
Yeah.
It's crazy town.
Yeah. But here we are.
Here we are.
Huh.
Glory.
It's your time. Get on.